Right, welcome back to the second hour of the morning show here on ETV. It's coming up to 10 minutes after 7. She's a highly acclaimed South African actress who recently celebrated 20 years in the industry. Yes, 2 decades. Andrea Dondolo is sitting on our couch, South Africa, a multi-award-winning actress who is now embracing a new chapter in her life, helping people like you and I realize their best selves through life coaching. In fact, she joins us live right now. Molo.
Molo Buddhi.
All right.
You're right in January.
Wetu Jonga, would you have imagined 20 plus years ago you would be sitting here saying you've been in the game for 20 years?
Not at all. Actually, when it hit me that, oh my gosh, 20 years, I was like, oh, Dombazana, things have to up now. So it's been a beautiful journey.
And where has that staying power come from? Because we know a lot of people in 20 years, they've got stories for days about how there were a lot of downs and momentous ups. What's it been like for you in the 20 years?
I've had those, but come on, life is about that. You cannot expect everything to be good all the time. You will definitely have challenges, and those challenges are the colors in the palette that you need to color your life.
Yeah.
So it is important for you to go through those and to embrace those. That's why now I'm evolving to the next stage of my life.
What is the next stage? Because we've just mentioned life coaching to our viewers.
Well, you know, when you're a celebrity, I have issues with that word.
Yeah.
But anyway, you have to embrace it because that's what you found. There's always an expectation that you know everything. People always expect that you have to be able to advise them. There are nurses that have come out of these hands. There are teachers, whether it's about career opportunities, whether it's about relationships, finances, everything and anything.
Right.
So being the person that I am, I come from the Girl Guides background.
Okay.
So I wanted to actually now up the game and go and be trained properly and not just be a motivator, but now speak from an informed place and with authority.
Right.
That is when then I decided to go and be a life coach.
Okay.
Yes.
And where does one start? I mean, what happened to you for you to decide, Uguti, you know what, I could actually do this and let me take it seriously a step further and go get some training on it?
As I said, I've always worked with different people, whether it's communities, whether it's the youth, whether it's mothers, brothers or sisters. I've always been the big sister.
Yeah.
So when I realized that I was at 19 years in the industry, I then said, okay, obviously now I have to write my memoirs.
Okay.
I need to move to the next chapter. And within that move, I needed some personal development.
Okay.
With the life coaching, in fact, when you go and do the training, it begins with you.
Okay.
Most people who become life coaches, you have to take the journey first for yourself before you can even think about anybody else.
It's a self-introspection of sorts.
Totally. So there's a lot of self-development happening. So that is what the journey has become for me. Then from there, I said, okay, now let's monetize this.
Okay.
Girl, you gotta be the CEO of your life.
Yes.
Because I come from an industry where I do not make the decisions.
Right.
Someone makes the decisions for me.
Yeah.
My agent, the directors, the producers. But now, if you now transcend to the CEO status or you own your own company, you make decisions. You know that, okay, now I have to dress up for the part. I have to go and do the marketing. Now, what are the strategies that I can put in place to ensure that this journey is worth it?
That is so powerful, Sis Andrea, because a lot of people have a vision of themselves in the future and where they would like to be, but they fail to plan.
Actually, life coaching speaks a lot about goal setting.
Yeah.
Last week on Thursday, I was doing a reflections and goal setting seminar with ladies. I attended a course with the Basetsana group from GFC and NFVF.
Okay.
And within that space, you also learn the importance of setting goals.
Yeah.
Because life coaching is actually rooted and centered on goal setting. When I work with you, if I say we're going to have 10 sessions, we have to know that by the time we are on session 3, This is where we would have been. That is your medium goal.
Okay.
And then on 8th session, then that's your long-termish goal. Then on the 10th session, that is your final milestone. And then I have to hold you accountable to your dreams, but we build this relationship where we build rapport so that we can ensure that we walk the path together and we deliver. As
And
a life
hold each
coach,
other accountable.
Yes, totally.
I like that. So this is obviously keeping you busy. I imagine this year is going to be even busier. You've got a 2-year-old son. You're a mom. It's 18, like busy. But you've got books coming out this year as well.
Yes, I do. As part of the evolving, actually, I joined a PR company.
Yeah.
And one of the questions they asked me, they said, in order to be a speaker, one of the things or the requirements that you must fulfill is tell people what book are you writing. And it was amazing because I've always been a journal person.
Okay.
I love to journal.
Right.
And I found that sometimes we get so caught up in so many things. So I ended up using my phone as a journal. Then I would go later and transcribe whatever I would have recorded.
Right.
So the book is coming. My memoirs is coming. And also it was also about understanding that you don't have to reach the end of your life to write your memoirs. You can do it now.
Wow.
And also in that journey, I learned that people can write a memoirs about you, and by the time you write your own memoirs, it's washed down a bit because all the information is out there, and as a public figure, you put yourself out there. That is part of the game. So the book is coming. I've got a bracelet that I even had made.
Wow.
And I'm planning to launch it on my birthday, which is July.
Okay.
And it's called I Keep On Growing.
I Keep On Growing.
Yes.
And that's the book or the memoir?
That's the memoir.
Okay.
Then I also have a youth and children's book that is coming up. It's a compilation of stories I wrote in the late 90s.
Okay.
And that is about values. I'm even going, currently I'm busy trying to raise funds. I've got a Back a Buddy campaign, trying to raise funds to go to different provinces, to go to the schools. There's a big crisis happening in the schools.
There is.
And I feel, as a parent, I have a son, and I have to set in motion what I would love for him to become. And if I do not play an active role as a public figure, then who am I expecting to play a role? So every year, whenever I go home, I normally go and speak to one school. But now the target for this year, it's 20 schools per province.
Wow.
I'm even gonna have a crazy campaign where I'm gonna do selfies.
Yeah.
Selfies for 100 rands.
Yeah.
And that's part of the fundraising initiative towards going to those schools.
Okay, when do you start? Ikolos Vuluizolo?
Yes, it's starting in February.
In February?
Yeah, the first school has to happen in February.
Which province are you starting at? Can we tag along? Can we come with you?
Yes, you can. Oh, I would love it if you can.
I mean, we'd love to be a part of this. This sounds like it's really imperative. A lot of the times, there's a lot of time spent with young girls and teaching them how to, the outlook on life. But not a lot of time is spent with young boys, which is why we're seeing the gender-based violence increase, particularly in our country.
Exactly, the socialization. I've got a client who flew in on Friday. I've got a session with him at 12 today, actually. Yeah. He flew in. He's a young person. I'm helping him with his personal journey. He needs to transform. And I realized that our sons are socialized in a manner that does not even allow them to cry. No. To express themselves, to have the voice. Yeah, exactly. I dress my son in the most colorful clothes ever. Wow. I allow him to play with dolls. Yeah. I call him my sweet Nunu because I feel that when you are born pure. There is no boxes. And society puts us in boxes. And as a result, we assimilate that character and we become what is expected of us. And most times people actually suppress their true self. Sure. They suppress who they are. Yeah. So for me, it's about me going back to the schools and saying, hey, let's play our part and ensure that our young people, they really know that their values have to be aligned to everything that they do. And the parents' values have to be aligned to the children, and the children with the community with the nation. So I'm very, very patriotic when it comes to that.
Ay, usaya fair ngale ndaba le. There's going to be lots of books coming out.
Totally.
And I know as we wrap up our conversation, you've got a live coaching session this Saturday that you wanted to tell us about.
Yes, it's called Inflame.
Okay.
It's about putting that flame inside.
That thing.
Yes, it's beginning of the year. People are setting goals. People are planning.
Yeah.
So I've got people that are going to be in the seminar. It's still open.
Okay.
People can go on to Quicket and they will find tickets. It's a very intimate seminar. It's going to be happening at Protimidrand by Marriott.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-hour session. Very, very intimate, very easy, laid back. But we're going to set those goals and we're going to hold each other accountable. And of course, Coach Andrea Dondolo is going to be on the case.
I like that. I mean, Umlilo was a big song in South Africa last year.
Yes.
You coming out now, you're telling us ukuthi sufake lo mlilo ngaphakathi.
Ngaphakathi, own it.
Just in one sentence, qala kuphi? Sufaka kanjani lo mlilo ngaphakathi?
Mindset.
Mindset.
That's why I'm an NLP coach, neuro-linguistic programmer.
Wow.
I help you to work with your mindset so that whatever comes out of your mouth speaks to the manifestation of what you want to get.
Life coach Andrea Dondolo on the morning show. South Africa, hopefully you're inspired. Go check her out on Instagram. In fact, we are going to put up all of those details on the bottom of your screen right here on the morning show on ETV. Stay with us.